Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today we are taking a look at ELROND and the price action of the eGold coin. Guys, as we get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything we do here. Right. With all that said, done out of the way, let's jump down into this technical analysis here for eGold. So we're going to start things off with this weekly chart. We can obviously see some good progress that was made early in the bull run. This is basically the third wave. We then see wave 4 coming in for this correction, and then obviously we see very good progress occurring right now with this project. We can see us now at the point of recording this video, $172, and it has found some resistance lines. We're going to get into that in a moment, but we're also going to talk about what the expectations are as well. We can see that we are overbought in the same way that we were overbought very early on with our third wave to the upside here. The fourth wave did correct us nicely, bringing us down into these low areas just down here. So everything was kind of expected. We found good support lines and good action on this fifth wave as we see recovery coming in fast. Right, let's jump down into our daily because this is where we can see the majority of the data. There's very little on the weekly chart, but we do want to just acknowledge that we are overbought over there. Right, so where are we? Well, we've entered the main battle zone, okay? And this basically is your 618, 702, 786 area, right? We briefly went above here 3 days ago. We basically wicked up to the 702 and we've had the pullback. Right now, what is key for us is to try to push up and get past the 618, okay? Getting rejected from this area will see us pull back probably nice and low in this kind of range down here in the $150 range, okay? So we want to avoid that. So in order for that to be avoided, we need to see a good push past the 702 and past the 786. Okay, the 786 area is absolutely vital. It comes in at $204. Okay, so getting that closed candle above there is really what's going to be the bull signal that takes us to the next level. For eGold here on this daily chart, there's several things that we can obviously talk about. There's the first that we are heading up into the overbought area, and again we take a look at where things were previously. Right over this end, we were overbought for quite some time, and even though we lost momentum over here, we took us back down into this oversold area. We went back up into the overbought area to peak out at $246. Again, we lost momentum and we started to track down in line with what Bitcoin was doing before we've started to have this recovery. And now we're heading back up into the overbought area. Now, we were overbought during the initial stage here. We took out the momentum, dragging us back down most recently. Okay, and this is basically a very small price correction that had a profound effect on our stochastic. That allows us now to grow. So the fact that we're heading back up into the overbought area is not a problem, but we want to basically go up and back test on these areas here, staying inside this yellow box area whilst we head down to the oversold area at a later stage. So ideally, we want to push up and stay in this area, in this zone, whilst we correct our stochastic so that we can have another huge push to the upside and go after the all-time high. Now, in terms of price discovery, if anyone who's been watching our channel for a while knows that our expectations for this bull run come in at $870. There are several key areas for us. Obviously, we have the 1.618, the 2.618, the 3.618. And so $365 is the first target, followed by $558, $751, and then we top out there at $870. That's the expectations in line with the Fibonacci retracement tool. The Fibonacci retracement runs from the all-time high of $246 down to the low of our fourth wave correction. This comes in at $53. Okay, so plotting these two areas then gives us these expectations here for a good push to the upside. Again, these are the key areas on the Fibonacci that I think many of the traders in the space will be utilizing, and I like to think that there's going to be a nice sweet spot for many people in the space to be taking profits on this journey as well. Right, so obviously right now we have got a huge battle up in front of us, right? This main area of the 618, 782, 786. Let's take a look at that on the hourly view and see what we could expect to happen next. Okay, because like I said, a rejection from here could be not what we want, but something that we might end up seeing. So again, we see a nice surge to the upside into our yellow box area, the rejection from the 702 and the pullback pulling out of here altogether, dropping below the 618. We can see that we are overbought on our stochastic RSI, and we are starting to see a reversal here now. We can see the volumes have been decreasing since we had the good push to the upside, so that's going to help protect the price, and we might actually just end up trading sideways here and have a another attempt at that 702. They are overbought, so again, we will be looking for a short-term pullback to wipe out that momentum, and I think that's going to help with the fact that the volumes are nice and low. We should potentially just find a good bottom, probably in this area right here. I'm going to quickly mark this up. I think this is a nice support zone right about here, and we can see this is previously resistance, now turned to a support. This comes in at $167, so if we were to now just pull back to this area, will basically be in the oversold area on the stochastic. This would allow us then to bounce and potentially push right back up if we get good momentum and good volume growth at the same time. That being said, I think if we take a look at the 𝗲 dashboard here, we can see it's an A3 rating, so nothing fundamentally has changed today from the artificial and machine learning perspective. So the advice.io dashboard is pretty good, but it's obviously not saying that there's to expect anything amazing, and it's also not suggesting anything of concern either. We have the 𝗲𝗡 ratio, so liquidity isn't a problem in A2 rating. We've got the fear and greed index up there in A2 rating, so again greedy, so we're expecting prices to push up with a few profits being taken at key levels, which is what you saw at the 702. We see the Sharpe ratio up there in A2 rating, well above the 50-day average, so there's no risks to investing in eGold according to the advice dashboard here. The risk to rewards is limited, and it's pretty favorable in fact. We obviously have good moving averages. Now the reason that we only have an A3 overall rating is the profitability, because we're relatively new and the artificial intelligence doesn't have a huge amount of data to go on, and as a result it's unrateable for a profitability. That being said, being the fact that I have invested in eGold nice and early, I can tell you that it is incredibly profitable, at least for me. And with the expectations from the current price of 172 and seeing 870 on the charts, I would say there's still a significant amount of profit to be had. So right now, if we're looking to come back down, pull down to $167, find a good bouncing zone and move up towards our resistance of 190. What we're looking for is solid momentum and solid push through to get us above that $190 zone, if I can get my words out, and then obviously try to get above that 786 area. In terms of percentages, let's talk about where things are going, right? So obviously we have a dollar value of 870, but what is that in terms of percentage gains? Well, for now, if I actually go and grab this and throw it on, we are talking about the bull run potentially bringing in another 400% for eGold. And obviously that might not sound like a huge amount for you guys, but if we actually take a look at where things were at the end of October, or actually it's about the end of October here, through to where we actually got to the peak of the bull run so far, as in April 2021, we can see it's 4,000% in gains. Now still reasonable amount of percentage gains, but obviously, we have seen significantly higher. For example, Anchor was 34,000%, Harmony One was 18,000%, VeChain 18,000%. So although these are low numbers, the dollar values are quite substantial. So again, we are looking at another 400% gains, which is on the lower end of the projects that we are invested in. But again, still significant gains to add to the portfolio nonetheless. And again, thinking long term, I will do a 2025 price prediction for eGold, because I do think long term this project has such huge potential. Guys, if you have found this video useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you are new to the channel, then do subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here. With this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.